Alright guys, so I spent my entire $1,200 stimulus check on fishing gear and stuff for fishing. Starting with these glasses, this shirt, and these rods. And I have another one on the way. And these reels right here, 2 brand new reels. And I have my Daiwa Tatula being serviced right now. Let's take a look at these reels real quick though. We'll definitely see these in a lot more future videos. I got the KastKing Speed Demon, the fastest bait caster in the world, and I got the Shimano Curado. This sucker right here is gonna be pitching and flipping like crazy this summer. All right, but this one actually came in right-handed, so I'll have to send that back. But I also have my Daiwa Tatula being serviced, so we're about to be fishing with a bunch of more bait casting reels in my videos. All right, let's move on to the next stuff I got. All right, so, and I finally got a good scale. This is a $40 Rapala scale, and we're gonna finally get weights on these big bass I catch. And I finally got my $40 polarized glasses, so sight fishing I can see these glasses better, in case I didn't mention that. And now we're moving on. What else did I get? Oh yeah. I'll talk about all these baits more, but one more thing. What else did I get? Oh, GOOGAN baits. Yes. So as I'm sure a lot of you know, we got these $1,200 stimulus checks because of the whole coronavirus situation. It's supposed to help people out, and everyone is getting them, and mostly everyone's getting $1,200. So what did I spend my $1,200 on? Obviously fishing stuff. So let's talk about what I got. Now I'm gonna start with the least exciting things, because you know we got to build up to the good stuff. All right, so first I got this My Book. It's 8 terabytes, so this is gonna help me with storing my video files, so I can keep editing these videos and keep putting out great content for you guys. So that's something a little behind the scenes, but I need it for these fishing videos. So that's one thing. That was about $145 plus $15 for like the 3-year warranty. All right, but what's next? We got another big purchase that we just made. That is a battery for my Toyota Prius, and it goes under the back seat. And that sucker right there was $235. Now when we return the old battery, they'll give us like 25 bucks. So $210 for that battery. They also wanted $100 to put it in. Guess what? I did it myself in 5 minutes. Saved myself 100 bucks. But that's an expense we couldn't avoid. And if you've been watching my videos, you know that I went fishing a few videos back, and my battery actually died on me while I was out fishing. So in order for me to drive to these fishing spots, I definitely needed a battery. So that's another one of the less exciting expenses. But let's get to the more exciting stuff. Alright, so next I said we were going to get to the exciting stuff, but there's actually a few other little things. One, I got a GoPro Chesty. I already have a couple cheap Chesties, but I was noticing the footage was getting a little shaky. So I thought this might be a little more stable. So not only is it a little more stable, but the part that connects into the Chesty, that comes out easily. With the cheap ones, it doesn't come out very easily. So I can take it off my chest. I can switch to this kind of perspective really quickly, really easily with this. And that saves me a lot of time when I'm out fishing. So that was 40 bucks, but I love that purchase. I also got another microphone. This one's a much smaller one than this big, bulky one up here. But I figured this would be good with the windscreens and everything. And I also got a GoPro battery, an extra GoPro battery. I mean, 40, 20, like another 40. I mean, that's probably about 100 bucks right there between all those little things. And I got some little old GoPro batteries for my GoPro Hero 3. I'm filming on the GoPro Hero 6 right now, but I got an old GoPro Hero 3. Doesn't really work very well. It has some overexposure lines in it, but I plan on using it in the water, and I think it will work in the water. So I had to get some things for that. So looking forward to those underwater footage videos in the future. I'm hoping that that becomes a thing, because that would be pretty freaking awesome. So again, that's not the most exciting stuff, but we're building our way up to the exciting stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna cut straight to a couple things that I needed, and I needed bad. A scale. This one cost me $40 from Tackle Warehouse. It goes up to 50 pounds. I'm not gonna need anything. I don't think I'm gonna be weighing anything close to 50 pounds. This looks like a little tank. It had great reviews, little Rapala, so I'm really excited to be using that. I want you to see the weights of these big fish I catch, and I want to know the weights of these big fish. And another thing that I really needed, now these are KastKing. I've actually wanted these particular sunglasses for years. They have a bunch of different ones, and these particular polarizing lenses are called Okeechobee. So it's a color that looks into water, the color of water that most bodies of water here in Florida are. This looks into very well. So for 40 bucks, it is rated very high at that price range, and so I just had to grab those. I've wanted to have these for years because they're good glasses at an affordable price, so I had to jump on them while I had this $1,200 check, you know what I mean? And of course that scale, I needed that scale. Now we have some GOOGAN baits. The Bandito Bug, Okeechobee Crawl. We got the Lunker Log, Green Pumpkin. We got the 10-inch Mondo Worm, Black and Blue Flake. Alright. We got the Rattlin' Ned, Peanut Butter and Jelly Time. And then we got the 6-inch Lunker Log. Oh yeah, Big Daddy in the June bug color. Alright, that's gonna work well here in Florida, along with that Mondo Worm, no doubt about that. The Slim Shake Worm in Watermelon Red. And then this will also work well in Florida. The Kraken Crawl, Okeechobee Crawl colored. Alright. So I've been dying to throw some GOOGAN baits for a long time. I've been looking for them left and right. I've come across them once or twice when I wasn't really prepared to buy them, and I went looking for them, right? I went to Walmart. I got a tip that they were at Walmart. So I went over to Walmart and I was like, all right. And it's a Walmart that's 40 minutes away. It's not, there's 3 Walmarts really close to me. This one's further away. I went to that Walmart. They didn't have them. I was like, man, you know, my tip, they got cleaned out. They got cleaned out before I could get to them. So what happened was I ended up getting a bunch of other soft plastics because I didn't know I was going to end up finding some GOOGAN baits. So I went kind of crazy on some other baits, but let me show you what I got. Well, for one, I got this. This you put over your rod and over your baits with like the treble hooks, so like your spooks and stuff, so that it doesn't get caught and stuff. And so that's really nice. And I got 3 different types of line. So definitely be using these in the near future. Oh, this is some stuff for the GoPro as well. Got some rod sleeves, rod sleeves. This is a little camo rod cover. And so I went crazy with these. I went crazy with the prop baits from Ozark Trail. And if you see my more recent video, I found out that these actually aren't any good. So I got one of each color that they had. So I'm gonna end up taking these back. I won't take the one back I used, but I'm gonna take back the other ones that haven't left the package because, well, they suck. So that's probably about 20 bucks that I'm gonna get back. Thank goodness, because we've been spending some money. That's going back. That's going back. Got ourselves a little jerk bait. Got ourselves another little jerk bait. Got ourselves some big square bills. There's another one of those that's going back. Another one of those is going back. There's the Chapo. I've actually bought a couple of these recently and lost one. This one I just used in a recent video. This is a killer right here. Got the little Strike King square bill 1.5 in that nice bluegill color. I also bought another one of those. It's not in this pile because it's on a rod right now. but I got a much bigger one than the 1.5. And I got a little frog right there. I got this little guy, it was dirt cheap, so I grabbed it. And of course I got a chatterbait. I love to throw a chatterbait, and I needed a 3/8 ounce, so I got one. I figure I'm gonna test out this little cheap Ozark Trail 1/3 ounce crankbait. Nice color. It's a little different than all the other colors I have, so I figured I'd try it out. All right. And then the Whopper Plopper, also another good bait. Then I got a Booyah square bill in that kind of sexy shad color. And I got some hooks, 5/0. There we go. Those are 1/4 ounce Swimbait hooks. I'll definitely be using those. I got some 1/8 ounce VMC Swimbait hooks. They call them the drop deads. And then I got a bunch of these. So these are the soft plastics, along with those Ozark Trails that I got at the Walmart. And so I got a bunch of these. I plan on fishing with these in the summer. So there's 2 packs of those. I figured I'd try out this Berkley Power Bait Creature Hog, kind of a bandito bug kind of design. So I wanted to get a bunch of the bandito bugs, a bunch of the little crack and crawls from GOOGAN baits, and I went in there and they didn't have it, so I ended up getting some of these other baits. So I'm like, all right, well this one's a little different and it has a scent to it. I was like, I'll try this out since they don't have the bandito bug. And that was kind of the same thinking I had with this right here, the Pit Boss, Havoc's Pit Boss, very similar to the bandito bug. And then their crawl fatty, that's similar to, you know, bandito bug and the crack and crawl. And this is another one of those. And then here goes a Pit Boss, again, black and blue flake. And then another big old square bill. And here's another kind of bandito bug. They call it the D-bomb from Missile and or Missile and Bruiser Flash. So nice little black and blue color. And then got a little June bug stick bait. And then I have this. And then I got that to hold on to my glasses. So got a lot of stuff there. So what happened was I went into Walmart and I got all that stuff, right? And then I was like, all right, well, I need to go to Bass Pro. I need to get another Berkley Chopo. So I ended up getting all those prop baits. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do a Ozark Trail versus the Chopo. So I go into Bass Pro and then I decide I'm gonna make it a 3-way battle. And so that was a video I did recently, and it was the Ozark Trail versus the Chopo versus the Whopper Plopper. So I got both those baits, and it was like a miracle. I went in there and I went straight to where the bandito bugs would be, and they were completely stocked. And I mean all the way to the front. I couldn't believe it. So, and I didn't even have a basket or anything. I just grabbed a ton of bandito bugs, and my arms were filled with them. And I was like, I'm getting all these, right? And then I started to walk around the corner and I noticed the Mondo worms. I was like, what? They got the Mondo worms too? And so I started looking at the bandito bugs. I was like, well, I probably should get at least, you know, 1 pack of Mondo worms. And then all of a sudden I saw the Rattle and Neds. And then I started seeing all these other baits, the Lunker Logs. And I was like, oh shoot, they stocked up on everything from GOOGAN baits. And so I was like, all right, I really wanted to get a ton of these bandito bugs. But you know what? I think I'm gonna do a video or videos of each of these baits, each of these GOOGAN baits, and how to fish them and what have you. So I was like, I better get one of each. So I ended up getting one of each. So I got a bunch of those. Now, there's still 5 more purchases. Wow, I'm slacking right now. 5 more purchases, and they're the good ones that I haven't shown you. This baby right here. Hold on, let me show you the box. The Shimano Curado, the 71XG. A lot of you have heard of the Curado 70. Well, the 71 is just the left-handed version of the 70, in case you didn't know that. So I got the Shimano Curado 71XG, and that's this little puppy right here. Look how small this is. So I have small hands, and I've wanted this for a long time, mainly because of that, and because, I mean, I've heard that this is just a great reel. It's the 8-2 gear ratio. It has a shallow spool. So it has a shallow spool. It doesn't hold a lot of line, and it's mainly used for pitching and flipping, but this is known for casting lightweight lures really well as well. So I plan on using this as my pitching and flipping reel, but and if it depends how much line I can put on here. I plan on putting 20-pound fluorocarbon on here, and I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of line on here. I'm probably not gonna be able to cast this, you know, a really long ways and fish this any other way than pitching and flipping. But if for some reason I can, then I'll use it in other ways as well. So I got this. I also got the KastKing Speed Demon, a 9-3 gear ratio. I'm gonna use that as my swim bait rod, my frog reel, and I'm gonna fish that over the lily pads and all this thick stuff that we get, especially down here in Florida during the summer. It gets really thick. You gotta throw stuff over that stuff. You gotta hook into that bass quick. You gotta have a big, strong rod, and you gotta pull them out of there fast. So 9-3, that's the fastest bait caster in the world. I'm pretty sure that they're still the fastest, and so I had to grab that. I gotta try it out, see how well that works for me. I did just send it back though, and the clip you saw earlier, you saw it, the box of it in the clip. It did come in the mail, but it came as a right-handed one, not from KastKing, from Amazon. So I have to send it. I did send it back already, and so I'll be waiting for the left-handed one. It's probably gonna take a while, but I am gonna use the left-handed one. So get ready for me to make videos with this and that. And let me show you these two rods I got as well. The Okuma, let me turn it around. So this is a rod I've wanted for a while as well. The Okuma. So this is the Okuma Tournament Concept Series Frog / Swimbait rod. So this is a 7'3" heavy action, and this is a 1/4 ounce to 2 ounce. And I can throw this sucker a mile, I bet, because it's a longer rod. You can cast farther with a longer rod, and I can pull those fish up out of that deep stuff. I've been looking forward to fishing this. It looks like they're same with that Curado. They're priced really well right now at Tackle Warehouse. I think they're just trying to get rid of their inventory and move newer products in. These have been out for a long time. The rod I normally use in all my videos, that green rod, is an Okuma rod. I go through rods and reels and stuff. I break stuff. I'm pretty hard on my equipment. That Okuma rod has lasted a long time. It's been worth the money, and so I had to jump on this now that the price is right and I got that check right. So this is extremely light. It looks like it's really high quality, and I can't wait to use it and see how it works. So I got high hopes for this, and I got high hopes for the videos that I'm gonna be putting out with this. I mean, I'm thinking there's gonna be some good ones coming out of this using this bad boy. So I plan on pairing that Speed Demon with this. I might switch up the reels, you know, here and there to do things a little differently, but my plan is to put the Speed Demon on this bad boy right here. So that's gonna be fun. That KastKing Speed Demon, 9-3 gear ratio, throwing frogs and swim baits over top of lily pads and what have you. Oh, there's gonna be some good topwater blow ups with this. I can't wait. Now we have another Okuma Tournament Concept Series. This one is called the Matt Daddy. Now this one, you might notice how close this one is up here, and that's for flipping. So you can hold your line just past that and it won't get curled up in your reel. So this is going to be a pitching and flipping rod. This is a 7'11". Let me double check. 7'11" heavy action. And this is 1/4 ounce to 2 ounce. So a wide range of baits I can throw on this, and I can be pitching and flipping with this. And something I've never done that I really want to do with this is punching these big grass mats down here in Florida. So get ready to see that. I can be throwing up to 2 ounces down through some grass. Oh man, I can't wait to be doing that. So this is going to be my punching rod. I can also make long casts with this and throw a frog over stuff as well. I might want the length of this on long casts over lily pads to pull stuff out of there. This could end up being a frogging rod as well. I can use this for quite a few things. I could use it for a really long jig rod. I can use that 7'3" as a jig rod as well. So really interesting pitching and flipping, you know. I plan on pitching and flipping with this nice long rod. It'll be real easy to pitch in the spots or flip in the spots. And I really want to get my pitching and flipping game to another level. I want to get my frog game to another level. I want to get my punching game to another level. And I want to get it all on video so you can follow the real journey. So I'm really excited about this. And after this, I do have, get this out of the way so it doesn't poke anything. So I can fish those, I can kind of interchange those how I want to use them. And that's what I like about those two rods, is I can use it for frogs, but I can use that one for frogs. I can use this for pitching and flipping, but I can use that one for pitching and flipping. So I'll see how I like to use them as time goes on, and I'll really kind of narrow them down to have them as kind of specialist rods and reels, and have them set up the way I want to. I might be switching a reel to each of those rods, you know, pretty common it might be for me. And also, I got a 7-foot, I believe medium heavy, ugly stick coming, probably fast action. Now, a 7-foot medium heavy ugly stick, I mean, ugly sticks, they're not as designed as well as these. They're not as light as these. You know, you kind of feel the weight after a while. The ones I've held in my hand anyways, they're you know, they're cheaper rods, but that was a $50 rod, and it's worth $50 all day long. So I had to grab that just to have a nice 7-foot medium heavy rod that is gonna last. Those things are like indestructible, and I feel like I want another rod on the deck so that I can keep catching these bass, keep pulling them in the boat as quick as possible, and so I don't have to switch reels constantly. I can have a few reels on a few things. Now you might be thinking, well, you have more rods than reels. This is true. I do, and that's because I can switch my reels. But I also paid for my Daiwa Tatula baitcasting reel to get serviced. It fell into some mud about 6 months back, and it's just not working. I completely took it apart. I messed with it, and it's not working right. So I took it to them. It's not done there yet, but I'm really hoping that it comes back to me, you know, working like it's brand new again. That would be awesome, because then I would have my Tatula. That sucker can cast light weights and heavy weights, just like this Shimano. And then I have my other Shimano. And then I have the KastKing coming. So I got 4 there. And I also have a Abu Garcia Vendetta rod. That's kind of like my medium action when I want a little more bend in my rod. But you don't see me throw that too often. And so between those, I can fish almost all applications, I feel like. So get ready to see a lot of fishing. I got a lot of fishing baits. I got a lot of stuff that I can throw that can last me a good while, so I can put out content for a long time for you guys before I really need to get anything else, get anything new. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know if I should recommend you guys do the same or not. I think it depends on your situation, you know what I mean? Not everyone should spend their money, their $1,200 stimulus check, on fishing stuff, but me, I had to do it. I had to do it. So hope you guys like this. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're not already, and we're out. Peace.